G'day and welcome to another big edition of Hawks TV. My name's Yeend. I've got the great privilege of being joined by the 2007 Senior Football Premiership coach, Giddings. Thanks for joining us, mate.
No worries, Yeend. Good to be here, mate.
Now, one of the key things we're here to have a chat about today is we're just going to wind the clock back down to memory lane, back to 2007, a very big year for the club where you coached the senior team to a premiership. That was your first full year in a senior coaching role, and yeah, that was. It's been a little while ago now, but unbelievable memories.
Yeah, great memories, Yendi. It's hard to believe it's nearly 12 years ago that happened. Yeah, it was a great day for the club and obviously for the community. But yeah, one day I'll never forget, mate. Yeah.
Now, it's one of those things where everything sort of did come together. You took over the coaching role midway through 2006, and
Yep.
you were able to guide the club to a preliminary final. I think we went down to Riddle or something like that from memory. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember much what happened.
Yeah.
There either, but I think we played Diggers Rest at Macedon.
Yeah, I think it's...
And was that the game?
Oh, was that? Yeah, that was the one where the Hawks got rolled in extra time.
Yeah, I think at one stage we were a long way up.
Yep.
And I turned around at half time as we were walking off. I think we might have been 6 or 7 goals up at half time, walking off the ground at half time. I turned to Pup, my assistant coach, and I think we had one man on the bench. All the rest were injured, so we knew we were in a little bit of trouble. But yeah, we hung in. We ended up with no one on the bench for the last quarter, and we hung and hung and hung, and then they finally got us right on the siren. So it was a draw at the end of the game. Obviously, we went 5 minutes each way. I think we got pretty well killed in that time. But yeah, all part of the learning curve for the next year, mate.
It was that sort of. I mean, we're both Bombers fans, and we know what it's like. The preliminary final in '99.
Yeah.
That was the catalyst for Essendon going out and having a commanding premiership win in 2000. Was that sort of feeling? Did you sort of, when you started the 2007 season, you was like, we've got a lot to make up for now?
Yeah, there was a bit of lot to make up for, but there's also, you sort of tread your own path, and I think we recruited a couple of senior type blokes, like we got Darko and Nick Hannett over, and it was probably something we were lacking, was just sort of those senior type guys. So they came in. We had a few blokes like young Selpy. Mm-hmm. He came over, just someone who was a little bit different, a little bit special. But we'd also had a year of getting a little bit of senior foot into those younger guys, because we were a very young side.
One of the key things I remember for that side, you talk about the younger players. It was 2005. That was kind of the big building block. It was my first year in a full-time role at the club, and
yep.
And I had a lot of good friendships with the guys that were sort of playing in the under 18s, and then having to come up to the seniors. Your Jays Downings, your Matt Stacey's, a few of those guys that end up going on and playing the premiership. I know that was sort of like the building step to what it ended up being a big year, because they had a couple of good years of senior footy under their belt by the time 2007 started.
Yeah, that's right, and you can't beat experience, mate. So some of those bigger games that they did play in the previous year, it all sort of went well for the following year. And I think the year that we won the flag, 2007, I think we lost the first one, so we virtually had to play every week of the finals. And I think with the young side, that sort of kept us up and about. So yeah, those young guys, there was Wazza and Selpy and Sammy Bowen, and there was a heap of them. They're all young, funnel, and all the previous years' experience has probably helped them through that final series.
We've got a lot of good young local talent through. I mean, realistically, there was a lot of locals playing in that year.
Yeah, and we got Danny Sipthorpe back, obviously, a really quality player, and he was a massive part of us being successful that year. And blokes like Dale Koenig and a lot of these really good players that came back to the club. I mean, it was pretty well a local side, which is, back in those days, and I say back in those days, it was only 12 years ago, but people say to me, how much money does blokes get paid for games of football? We had $1,000 a week to spend back then, of which we only spent about $250 a week, because the boys were quite happy with the rest of it going to the footy trip or whatever. So it wasn't about money then, it was more about playing with your mates and being part of something really special with your mates, and that was, we really bonded that team together, and I think that's how we sort of really got our success.
Well, let's talk about Danny Sipthorpe. He'd come out of the AFL system, unfortunately didn't play a senior game over at Richmond.
Yep.
I remember his first game for the club, it was over at Rockbank. It was sort of an overcast day, which it tends to be down there, and I think it was a good test for him to slowly work his way into it, but he was just that really good, hard-hitting on ball that could go forward and kick goals.
Oh yeah, well Danny's quality player. I mean, you only got to look at his record when he went and played at Gisborne. I think he might have won 1 or 2 best and fairest in Premiership years in the Bendigo Footy League. So that really says something about the quality of football that he played. And I think just having a guy like him come back to the club really lifted those young guys that we've talked about. Gee, Danny Sitport wants to come back and be part of what we want to be part of. So I reckon that did make a big difference to the young group going forward, and sort of gave them a bit of belief that maybe we are a chance of some success this year.